A$AP Rocky is one of the most unique characters to come out of the rap game. Blowing up in the early 2010s, Rocky's relevance and uniqueness still stands. It's portrayed in his sense of fashion and his past 4 projects. Of the 4 projects, the most distinctive project would be Testing, which dropped May of 2018. Though it was distinctive, it didn't do as great as expected. Most people would describe the 2018 project as mid and forgettable. The project feels like it came and went. As a first project without his late friend A$AP Yams, Rocky becomes more experimental and personal. This experimental aesthetic was symbolized through crash dummies and lab rats throughout the album rollout. Rocky told GQ in 2017 that his new album is really about testing new sounds. He creates and mixes various sounds to create a song more distinct than the one before. The project shows how Rocky was no longer in a box for his genre of compositions and doesn't know what he's doing. He just knows he likes and doesn't like, as he told the New York Times a few days before the release of the album. As a result of the reviews from Testing, Rocky began to feel underappreciated. Rocky took on a Twitter the afternoon after the Grammys to state that he feels discouraged when his hard work isn't credited by award polls, but his spirits are uplifted when real people encourage him to keep going. He gives thanks to those who appreciate artists such as himself and their craft. The reviews even served as inspiration for his 2019 Injured Generation tour. He says in a recent interview with GQ that it is inspired by him feeling emotionally discouraged after he put out his album, and he felt like the masses didn't get it at the start. He feels like it will catch on considering his album prior, At Long Last A$AP, in which people thought it was alright, and throughout time, people began to believe it was a masterpiece. Fans began to speculate a new album is on the way. The 4th studio album is rumored to be titled All Smiles. He started to promote the phase starting at 2017. He would tease fans through social media by mentioning All Smiles everywhere. He deleted most of them from far back, but some are still up, and he still uses the phrase as a caption up until this day. Then Sundress drops on accident. The video was leaked through Vimeo after an AUG director didn't make it private. The label had no choice but to release it, considering the fact a lot of people already saw the leak. The song seems to be a single from the album since there's a smiley fun vibe which perfectly fits into the concept. Then came the Injured Generation tour, which the code to purchase tickets was All Smiles. Rocky would also walk around in clothes matching All Smiles items, specifically jackets and watches. You can see it in the following pics. Even Ian Connor too is wearing it. It seems as if they were wearing it to promote the album, specifically by wearing it everywhere so everybody can talk about the pattern. The most popular potential songs on the rumored project are Babushka and Shit in Me. Shit in Me is a fast-paced, in-your-face track that Rocky throws at his audience every now and then. With a production handled by Kelvin Crash, Rocky talks about how entertaining the fact is that his competition thinks they are higher than him. The sound of Shit in Me could be considered to be influenced by the likes of Playboi Carti, a fellow member of AUG and a friend of the A$AP mob. Babushka aims to take you back to Rocky's old Memphis style, as if used on tracks like OG Beeper, best portrayed through the use of cowbells. The opening line, "They call me FLACKO," is very reminiscent of Rocky's original flow style, which is used throughout the track, which makes the snippet a fan favorite. Though I hate to compare A$AP Rocky and Travis Scott, because they don't really have anything in common but their hairstyle, All Smiles, in a way, is just like Astroworld. Travis Scott dropped his 2nd studio album, Birds in the Trap Sing McKnight. It came after his critically acclaimed debut studio project, Rodeo, which left fans with high expectations for the next project. Once Birds was released, it didn't receive the best feedback from his fans. The project kept constantly being compared to Rodeo. Many fans felt like the attempt Travis made on the project was basic, almost as if he lost it. Same thing goes for Testing. Rocky was on a streak of classics, releasing with Live Love A$AP, Long Live A$AP, and At Long Last A$AP, sitting in his resume. During the album rollout, Rocky drops 3 dummy tracks, which were all experimental. It had fans fearing for the sound of A$AP Rocky and what is next, since the sounds didn't sound anything like the past 3 Rocky projects. He drops 2 singles after. After waiting 3 years for a new full-length project, Rocky drops Testing. As stated before, it left fans disappointed. The fans believe there wasn't any long-lasting impact on the project like his previous 3. This is the same for Travis Scott when you treat Rocky's past 3 projects like Rodeo and Birds like Testing. 2 years after the release of Birds, Travis Scott releases Astroworld in summer 2018. Travis says about the project, "If you looked into Rodeo, you definitely looked into Astroworld. I'm just finishing the saga I started on my first album. This was his real second studio album, and Birds was just ideas he needed to get out. The project put Travis on the map, considering it was met with critical acclaim. Many fans would even believe it's better than Rodeo or even another classic. The project was even nominated for Best Rap Album at the 61st Grammy Awards. Well, we can say that in a sense, All Smiles is Rocky's Astroworld. The only difference is, Rocky's been working on this behind closed doors, while Travis was very open about it considering he announced the album concept 2 years prior to the album release. The negative reception of Testing has really motivated Rocky to go all out with this. What to expect would be new sounds every turn of the project. Expect a mark to be left after Rocky releases the 4th studio project.